What's life like for French businesses in China these days? How do they see divisive political topics such as human rights in Xinjiang? Despite COVID restrictions and political obstacles, bilateral trade between China and the European Union last year reached over 800 billion US dollars, making China the EU's top trading partner and the EU China's second largest. Can this momentum continue for 2022? To get one perspective, I spoke with Pierre Mirochnikoff, a former board member of the French Chamber of Commerce in China and chairman and CEO of the Asia Silk Road Group, joining me from Beijing. So, Pierre, welcome to The Point. I know you've been living in China for 13 years. What made you come to China in the first place and decide to settle here?
Yes, thank you so much, dear Liu Xing. It's a real pleasure for me to participate to this talk show with you. I really love China. You know, I'm since 13 years here, and I came during the Olympic Games because the opportunity come for me in 2001 when the Olympic committees select Beijing as the host city for Olympic Games, Summer Olympic Games. At that time, I had 3 companies involving in organizing a big mega event. And during that time, 2 Chinese friends helped me to finalize a cooperation agreement with BTG, Beijing Tourist Group, and Bokok. And our mission was to train and to lead and supervise the training of logistic staff for the reception and the transport during the Olympic game for the official delegation and sponsor. It was absolutely a fantastic experience, as you can imagine, because the Olympic Games was such amazing event. And I think thanks for this project, because after that, the Ministry of Transportation in China asked me to come back.
Okay.
And then I set up, and I think my life can be here in China because many opportunities.
Yes.
And I really love China now. And I think, you know, French and China have long ties and link together.
Yes.
And that's very good.
It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear. Let's talk about trade ties, which is very important. In the first month of this year, bilateral trade between China and EU jumped for 15% year on year to 137 billion US dollars. That's according to Chinese statistics. And your organization is dedicated to helping European companies get their bearings when engaging in the Chinese market. So how would you assess the business environment in China right now?
Right now, the new year of Tiger worked well on the beginning, but
okay.
after that, because President Xi made a very strong and very efficient policy for keep the situation under control and to make all the economy strong and don't really affect by the COVID. Now we reach a new phase, more brutal in terms of development and transmission. The number of cases are increasing every day, and the entire city, like Shanghai, soon maybe the whole country will be confined. So the lockdown for us have a significant ramification on the service sector, as people can go out for shopping or working, but the supply chain will also be disrupted as essential workers are quarantined and key materials are not unable to be delivered. So European company actually, with this new constraints or requirement, must be agile and adapt as quickly as possible. And this is really important. They need to adapt their operation to cope with the application of the new rules. Sometimes the rules are different between different cities. And this is why we need to be very, very powerful and agile, and we need more cooperation with China to understand how we can set up together the progress and to make the economy more profitable for both sides.
I see. So you're basically talking about because China wants to suppress COVID-19 cases, the foreign businesses operating in China are disrupted pretty badly, and they have to adapt to different rules in different places. It's true
Exactly.
that's also corroborated by findings of, for instance, other Chamber of Commerce, for instance, of Germany, that almost half of German companies say that China's attractiveness as opposed to other markets have gone down due to current COVID-19 crisis. 30% expect planned businesses or investment in China to be put on hold. 10% consider moving their businesses out of China, while 27% will speed up diversification in other Asian areas. Have you also noticed similar sentiment then among French businesses?
Yes, French businesses and European businesses. I'm more worried about the small and medium-sized enterprise and businesses, especially sometimes also freelancer, because we have many freelancers in China, and they are really impacted. And in some cities, smaller companies have been forced to close for several days. And that's another challenge now for the financing and for the finance of all the companies. Additionally, production shortage and COVID testing requirement for all equipment sourced from outside are also new costs. And this is absolutely one problem for the small and medium-sized entrepreneur. For big company, it's very different because they can have the easy way to have the circular economy, and that's why they cannot not be impacted like small companies.
So flexibility for the bigger businesses, but for smaller businesses, it's a tougher challenge.
Yes.
I want to touch on a slightly different topic because during or after the summit meeting between Chinese and EU leaders, the European side actually put up a statement or public Twitter, demanding China to address issues of, for instance, labor or human rights in their language, human rights violations in Xinjiang. So I would like to ask you about that because you visited Xinjiang.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah, in
It's very,
September.
very interesting.
In September last year as part of a foreign business delegation at the invitation of China Economic Cooperation Center. So why did you decide to accept this invitation? And you even wrote an article later saying seeing is believing. What did you see during that trip, and what do you believe as a result of it?
So all my life I traveling all over the world, and this is give me a lot of curiosity to see and to understand, to listen people. And when I heard about the terrible words we had about Xinjiang for like a genocide or a concentration camp, it was very surprised me, you know, because this is reminding me the darkest moment in the history of Europe. And we cannot talking about this if we don't go there, and if we can, and many people use this word and never been in Xinjiang. So you have two solutions. One is to accept this type of word without any reflection and without critical thinking. And the other way is not to be like the three monkey. When you see no dog, we no her. So I say we need to go there. We need to go with some business meeting people, and we need to meeting with the official. We need to meeting with the Xinjiang people, with the Uyghur. We need to meet with everybody and to hear what's happened there. We need to see if the abuse are right, if the criticism is right. And for me, what I saw is absolutely opposite side. Is the opposite because, first of all, I saw happiness. I saw one province really fantastic, where the people can work, when we have a lot of innovations there. And you know, Nike, Coca-Cola, and some big companies stay there. Why? Because they have no trouble with that. And I think the problem in Xinjiang is many people don't go there and don't see what's happened, really. And when you understand, of course, we have terrorists everywhere in the world is terrorism, but we cannot talking about terrorists, extremism, and separatism, because you know Muslim can live in harmony with the people, and this is for me.
Yes, sorry for interrupting, Pierre. Can you be sure that, because people would say you are only being shown what they want you to see, can you?
No, we chose what we want to see. We want to, because you know we're talking about the cotton, but we know why the cotton is one issue for America, because the cotton, the Xinjiang cotton is much better as the American cotton, and we produce more beautiful cotton in China, and very easy, you know, because everything is made by machine. It's not any people to do that. It's finished. When you are a businessman, how you can compare when people taking the flour, and one machine can do it in 1 hour?
Yeah. I have to say that what I found out after visiting there is in northern Xinjiang, machine is much more prevalent. In southern Xinjiang, there are still pockets where human picking is not because of the cost. It's also sometimes the type of cotton that's grown there, which needs to be handpicked. But anyway, one last question, because many foreign journalists also say they are not allowed to go, so they cannot see. How do you see that dilemma? Do you see that as a dilemma?
You know, I was there. We was 30 other businessmen with us, and we asked to go there, we go there. We have no trouble to go there. And Shem, I would like to go to skiing there this winter, but because of COVID, we can't not traveling easily. So for the moment, I think the COVID is the most issue to go to Xinjiang, but we can go and we can visit, and many friends visit the Xinjiang.
It's true, the BBC journalist went to Xinjiang and made stories from Xinjiang. Anyway, thank you so much, Pierre Mirochnikoff, a former board member of the French Chamber of Commerce in China and chairman and CEO of the Asia Silk Road Group.